What's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power, in the finals for the 2024 Chicago Pro just wrapped up. This was a great show. I really enjoyed it. I thought all of these guys in the top six really brought it. So in sixth place, you had Stanimal. In fifth place, you had Jordan Hutchinson. In fourth place, Nathan Epler. In third place, Tim Budesheim. In second place, Vlad Sukaruchko. And in first place, Mohamed Fouda. So let's talk about it. Let's look at the top four comparison from finals here. So it was cool to see that Mohamed Fouda, it looks like someone told him basically the same thing that I said. So he needed to come in darker for finals because his tan was pretty off at the prejudging. He came in significantly darker, a much better tan, looked a lot better at finals. It's just these little tweaks can make such a big difference. I felt like he looked just so much better just from simply changing his tan. And if you guys didn't watch the live stream, I highly recommend going back and watching the replay because Mohamed Fouda gave a really inspiring speech about all the stuff that he's been going through. I believe he said he was divorced recently. His dog passed away recently. He was thinking about just giving up on bodybuilding and skipping the show, but he decided to do it anyway. And then he came in and won, and this is his first professional win ever. So he just gave like a really good speech about, never give up type of thing, and I thought it was really cool. So I'm very curious to see the scorecards on this one because Bob even made a point of saying, Bob Ciccarello, that it was actively being judged for finals, like implying that it was very close. And I think he's talking about between Vlad and Mo. I really think that layer of tan that Mo put on really was a game changer. And I feel like he looked so much better at finals, it could have put him ahead of Vlad, even if Vlad was ahead in prejudging. So I'm curious to see those scorecards. But the guy, he's got an incredible physique. He's got kind of a strange, or I wouldn't even say strange. I'd say he's got a very unique structure. Mohamed does. He's got crazy quads. I saw some pictures and videos that people took with their iPhones where he looked way crazier than he looked on the live stream, rather. Like iPhone pictures and videos, the cross striations of his quads and just how deeply separated they were. He looks crazy. He's a freak. He reminds me of Hassan Mustafa a little bit, the upper body as far as the shoulders and the arms and the chest. He's really round and full. Obviously, though, a much better midsection than Hassan Mustafa. The guy's got like an 8-pack. But one of the reasons why I was leaning towards Vlad, or I at least thought the judges were leaning towards Vlad at prejudging, was the back poses. I feel like Mohamed, for as great as he is, he just looks a little bit narrow in those back poses. And the thing that Vlad really has going for him is while he's not the most aesthetically pleasing guy, he's got kind of he's got a long, kind of thick torso. Whatever. He's really wide is what he's got going for him. And in those back poses, that back lat spread, that back double bicep, really wide. He had a lot of detail. His lower body was diced, so he's got this really wide back, strided glutes. And then when he turned from the side, I thought there were several poses that you could give to Vlad from the side because he had so much detail in his lower body than just so much width and mass in the upper body. His side profile is just really thick. But then the front poses, I think I would give all of them to Mohamed. Most muscular, front double bicep, front lat spread, abs and thighs. But I thought that maybe Vlad would take the side poses and the back poses. It looks like that wasn't the case. Now, as far as Tim Budesheim and Nathan Epler, they placed pretty much how I expected them to place. They looked like they were fighting for third and fourth. They were basically on the outside of that call out the entire time at prejudging. They were on the outside of this call out the entire time at finals. I really want to say, though, Nathan Epler really impressed me. I know he's not as big as these guys, but like I said in the prejudging video, like I said about his updates this week, just a very clean flow to his physique, very aesthetically pleasing, just a great physique to look at. If he puts on a little bit of size without sacrificing that taper, without sacrificing those lines, he's going to be very dangerous. And again, he's coming from 212, so of course he's not going to be on the same level these guys yet in terms of size. But he was diced, he was conditioned, he looked phenomenal here, and I really want to give him props. I know that he actually seemed really happy to even get fourth But yeah, I think he really deserved to be in that top 4 with guys that were realistically much bigger than him. Vlad, Mo, Tim, these are big dudes. And Nathan was really the smallest of the 4, but just a very aesthetically pleasing physique, razor-sharp conditioning. His posing routine was fantastic, and I think he's got a very bright future in open bodybuilding. And people kind of wonder, I've talked about this before, why I don't talk about 212 nearly as much as I talk about open bodybuilding. And I got to be honest, I feel like 212 isn't going to be around forever. I feel like it was kind of a temporary division. I feel like it's kind of been surpassed by classic physique as far as the purpose that it served. I mean, the idea of 212 was to be for guys that couldn't get as big as open guys, whether they were restricted by, height, so they couldn't get, as big as a taller guy like Big Ramy or whatever. It was supposed to be a weight cap division for guys that maybe just weren't as big. But you're seeing all the top champions from 212 just switch over to open and do really well. And even Nathan Epler, who, he wasn't a 212 Mr. Olympia champion, but he switched over to open, and he's doing really well. Even though he was 4th, he looks really good in an open lineup. And I think that 212 is just bodybuilding. And I think classic physique has kind of replaced the purpose that it served was, smaller guys. Not, you don't have to be a Big Ramy. You don't have to be a Dorian Yates. You don't have to be a mass monster, was kind of the purpose of 212. And now I feel like classic physique is kind of filling that role. And there's a lot of shows that have gotten rid of 212, including the Arnold Classic. And as much as I like it, I just throughout the year don't follow it nearly as closely as open bodybuilding. Of course, I'll watch the 212 Olympia. I'll watch some of the bigger 212 shows. But I feel like it's in the process of kind of getting phased out, honestly. I think classic physique is really taking over. I saw someone make the point, earlier this week, it was a podcast or something where someone made a good point that there's no standalone 212 pro shows, but there's like a ton of standalone classic physique pro shows, meaning there's no open bodybuilding anchoring the show. Like the main attraction is classic physique. That doesn't exist for 212 where the main attraction is 212. In classic physique, I would say, I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. This is kind of a side tangent thing, but what do you guys think ranks second to open bodybuilding in popularity? 212 or classic physique? I think it's classic physique. But anyway, my point with that was Nathan Epler looked fantastic. I think he belongs in open bodybuilding. He definitely has a place here. And the point with that is, he was a 212 guy, but really all the 212 guys that have these great physiques, they go to open bodybuilding. They want to be open bodybuilders, and eventually that's where they end up. And I think that's where Nathan is going to do very well and stay. And I think to that point, a lot of you guys, maybe the hardcore fans already knew who Nathan Epler was, but maybe the more casual bodybuilding fans had no idea who he was until this show, even though he was the top 212 guy. Because open bodybuilding is really what most people pay attention to. But yeah, those are your final results. First place, Mo Fuda. Second place, Vlad Sukaruchko. Third, Tim Budesheim. Fourth, Nathan Epler. Fifth, Jordan Hutchinson. And in sixth, Stanimal. Let me know what you guys thought about these results in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that bell notification icon, and as always, I love you guys, appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out. Alright guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also check out my Instagram at NickStrengthPower. My Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power. My secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.